So my name is Ben Doolittle, and I'm a physician. I do internal medicine and pediatrics. I'm also an ordained minister. I'm on the faculty of the Yale School of Medicine, where I am the program director of the Med-Peds, the Medicine-Pediatrics Residency program. And I direct our primary care faculty resident practice. And I also direct the program for medicine, spirituality, and religion. I'm on the faculty of the Divinity School as an ordained minister. And then I serve a congregation in New Haven, Connecticut as the pastor. And so I'm very interested in the inner life of healthcare workers, so nurses and doctors and physician assistants and that side of things. And I think coming out of the COVID pandemic, I think we've suffered a lot, and we've known a lot of loss and anxiety, and I'm very curious and actually care a great deal about the inner health and well-being of the people I have the privilege to train. So that's the healthcare folks. I care deeply about the inner life of the patients that I feel fortunate to care for. And I think, medicine for the most part is pretty straightforward, right? Write a prescription, order a scan, ask a consultant. And so the medicine side of things often can be straightforward, but the challenges around, all the stuff that's around medicine. How do you get someone with depression to take HIV medicine? How do you get someone who's addicted to opioids to really trust the process, to go to counseling and take all that stuff? So I say all the time that the medicine is easy and everything else is hard. And the only problem with that rule is that the second rule is that sometimes the medicine is hard too. But so as a medical educator, I care a lot about the inner life and the flourishing of students and physicians and nurses and trainees and all that. And then as a physician, I care about patients. And then as a pastor, I care about my people, right? I care about their human flourishing. And I recognize that the inner life encompasses having a healthy body and a healthy mind and a healthy spirit. So I try to do all of those things. So I co-teach this beautiful seminar at Yale, graduate seminar at the Yale Divinity School called Theology and Medicine. And so it's at the Divinity School, but one of the things we do is we bring the students to the anatomy lab, and we reflect together about death. And part of the exercise, actually this was an exercise from the anatomy professors actually, and it was to draw something of these donors. Their hands, or an ear, or how they were cut open, And we encounter death many ways, right? We grieve death, we remember, we fear death. We all behold death in some way. As a pastor, we preside over funerals. As a physician, we pronounce people dead. And I think that being in the anatomy lab with Divinity School students was one way of encountering death, the embodiment of death. But also joining that sense of embodiment with these deep questions of, love and suffering. You know, that does seem like love and suffering are so joined together. I guess that's one story, and I'm grateful to be sort of the architect of moments like that. I think the biggest challenge is arrogance. I think we in medicine may have, not everyone, but I think we in medicine have a suspicion, or we've closed the door on religion because we in medicine believe we follow an evidence-based protocol, and we're reason-based and we're rational, and so medical arrogance, I think, is one barrier, and then religious arrogance is one barrier, and it seems like religion has become so politicized and polemicized, and so that arrogance, I think, shuts down conversation, and I think maybe it meets in the middle of spirituality, but I worry that spirituality becomes so redacted from rich tradition and community and arts, and that it becomes its own thing that's almost individualistic. So I think that's one effort of trying to meet in the middle, this idea of spirituality, which is important. It's very, very important. I just officiated a wedding, and we read this poem from Mary Oliver. And I think the poem goes, I am the bride married to amazement. I am the bridegroom taking the world into my arms. Something like that. I think that summarizes my journey, I think. A little bit of my own inner journey has been one of joy and love and curiosity and doubt, and gratefully not that much suffering. And so I think I'm a bride. I would like to believe I'm a bride married to amazement and a bridegroom taking the world into my arms.